The F1 Austrian Grand Prix has finally come to a conclusion. Excuse me. I don't know why I started there. Conclusion. We're here to talk. We're here to review. Gustia, King, the lads back at it again. Live on AN Sports. Lads, how are we doing?
Good, good, good. Great race. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, you don't expect anything else from Austria, overtaking opportunities in abundance, but still, I thought it was a very enjoyable race. Obviously, we were discussing yesterday that this would be a showdown between McLaren number one, McLaren number two. Now, who is McLaren number one and McLaren number two? We don't know that. We're going to find that out in Abu Dhabi probably, but lived up to the hype. I think from top to bottom, from start to finish, that lap one, the Max and Kimi collision, which Max was not Mad Max, but measured Max. And then throughout the race, right, the midfield, a lot to talk about with the midfield, right? Williams having a shit show, Albon out, King, your man, Hadger the Badger. I know yesterday compromised his race today, but still, him not finishing in the points makes it very interesting for the likes of Kick Sauber and the Hasses, for example. So a lot to delve into. But bottom line, I have to say, Lando Norris may be his most important win this season because confidence was completely collapsing. He was losing it mentally, and his qualifyings this season has been disastrous, and that's an understatement. But this weekend, he came to Austria. He dominated in practice. He held firm in qualifying. And he consolidated today really, really well, managing his tires very, very well. Right strategy, and also defending Oscar quite commendingly. So, King, I don't know about you. I enjoyed this race.
Well, there's two parts of me. As a Ferrari fan, this race was kind of boring. I'm gonna lie, we were just doing our own thing. But as a Formula One fan, yes, it was very interesting. I did enjoy the battles in certain positions, the battles between the top two, Oscar and Lando. I enjoyed the battle between Alonso and his client, Bortoleto as well. I enjoyed that. So that was a bit fun towards the end. Obviously the Haas is competing with the Saubers for points. Racing Bulls there in there as well. And yeah, I feel like the first two were competing. To 3 to 5 weren't doing much, and then 6 below, they were all fighting for points. And that happens when two of the main people that are going to get points in the race are kicked out. So yeah. Bad day for Williams, good day for McLaren, great day for Kick Sauber, but yeah, we don't like Kick. It's all about Rumble. But yeah,
take them out. Hashtag take them out, King. Remove them. Exception. This is the exception. They're outlier race, King. One and done.
Yeah, it was. But it was good racing overall. I enjoyed it. I think it was one of the more enjoyable races this season. Drama from the start to the end, and yeah. There was points where I thought the McLarens were going to crash. We also have to get into that Colapinto incident. Him nearly taking out Piastri.
Is there anything to discuss? Water is wet. That was just an error from the driver.
Hope you guys are
No,
well.
it wasn't driver. It was the big up Bossa Blue, but it was and big up my boss as well. No, it was the team, because the team should have told him he was there.
No. I think Colapinto came on the radio and said that I didn't know he was behind me, but I think the team did tell him, and you could see the blue flag. So I think it was a driver error this time. Like usually, I would agree with you.
I don't know. Say sous vide good, whatever the sous vide good. Some of it could have been better. Fair as. It would be better when they come Audi. Facts. When Audi comes to play, the engines and the cars might be a lot faster. So potentially
depends on what engine Audi use.
Shout out to Rasta Stocks.
Also, don't forget
Rasta.
Make sure you guys sub to Rasta. I'll be live with Rasta on my channel later in the I'll be live with Rasta in about 14 hours from now. So make sure you guys tune into the channel. Also sub to King's channel. I've left the link in the title, so make sure you guys sub to King's channel. And yeah, what again? That was by Chelsea, eh, King? Yeah, he went live. We went live on Rasta's channel to talk about it today. So make sure you check it out. Check it out. All right. Anyways, but yeah, cool. We'll start off with. You might as well start off with the start of the race. Honestly, Max and Kimi. In my opinion, neither was at fault. I think it was an unexpected crash. If you ask me, if you go and look at the turn, I think Kimi kind of hit Max because he kind of didn't see Max. In my opinion, I don't think he saw Max turning when Kimi turned. I think Max and Kimi sort of, they kind of didn't notice each other on the turn. If you look at it, right, from the from the Hawkeye or from the bird's eye view, right. I think when Kimi was trying to turn, Max just about turned and then they hit each other. I think that's what it was. Unless you remind me, unless you try and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was very unexpected. I think it was very, very sort of. Nobody was at fault, if you ask me, in my opinion. For really, nobody was at fault.
I don't know what Max could have done. I think it was just
nobody could have done anything.
It was just.
You can't fault them both. Can't fault anyone.
King, I have a feling you probably will agree with me on this. It was literally a rookie error. I think it was literally a rookie error. It was just unfortunate for Max.
Error, bro. I think it was just poor. I think it was just visibility from them too. I think it was just the visibility ahead. When you're turning, right, you have to be aware of the car behind you. But Kimi was so quick to turn that when Max came, they collided. They didn't see each other. It wasn't a rookie error. It wasn't Max's error. I think it was just unlucky. I think it was very unlucky.
I just think Kimi, as he said, he locked the rear. That was it, and he ran into Max, and Max couldn't do anything. Literally,
nobody could do anything about it. It was unlucky, in my opinion. It was unlucky.
We'll let King talk, but I just don't think you can blame Max at all. And the only reason we saw measured Max, not Mad Max, is because he's a father to the rookies. So Max was like, if it was George Russell who did it, they might have even thrown hands.
Yeah,
because it's Kimi and Tonelli. It was like, okay, Rook, I like you. We know each other off the track. I'm like your daddy Max on and off the track, so I'll just mentor you. King, what do you think?
It was 100% Kimi's fault. I don't think it's a rookie mistake. I just think it's a mistake. Him being a rookie doesn't allow for him to go that fast into a corner. There was 2 cars ahead of him that broke slow. What happened was there were 2 cars ahead of him that wasn't Max. They broke a lot earlier than he was expecting, so he had to go around them. And by the time he broke, he locked up the rear and then he hit Max. So in perspective, he just went too quick into a corner. And as a driver, you shouldn't be going quick into a corner, especially in the start of a race. You know there's cars ahead of you. You need to be smart enough to realize, don't just go for a gap. That's what Lance Stroll does. Goes for a gap and doesn't care who's in the way. That's what Lance Stroll does. That's what
King doesn't Senna do that too? When there's a gap, he goes for it.
No, but I'm talking about. And there wasn't a gap. That's what I'm telling you. And because he went so quick in, he locked up his rears and then he spun Max. So yeah, it was Kimi's fault. Kimi probably apologized to Max. That's why he probably wasn't angry. As you said, if that was Russell, I don't think Russell makes that mistake. In my opinion, I don't think Russell did that anyway. I think he's been too good this year to make that kind of mistake. But yeah, it's something Kimi needs to learn from, because you need to be aware of your surroundings when it comes to the start of a race in that kind of corner. Maybe it's for the first time he's raced properly in that track. Maybe that's why he made that mistake. But yeah, he just had too much speed going into the first corner. 2 cars were ahead of him, slowed down real quickly, went to the right of them, and then spun around Max. Probably he could have taken anyone out at that point when he did his rear. He could have taken anyone. It was just unfortunate that Max is the guy he took out, and it cost him and Max a race, and he should get a grid penalty for next race.
Yeah, he 100% will. I think he will visit the stewards soon. It'll be a probably 3-place grid drop, something like that. 3 to 5 place.
3 to 5 grid place.
That's what they usually. But I agree with you, King. That's why I say rookie error, because it was literally a rookie making a mistake. And it was, as you said, rookie error in the sense of inexperience. I agree, and nothing Max can do. But I must say, let's give Max Verstappen praise where it's due. Kudos to him. He was being a role model. He was being a leader. He was being a mentor. We've been very critical of Max. We had a whole referendum, a whole conference on Max Verstappen and his behavior, why he's reckless, why he can be impulsive, irrational at times. But today he kind of subverted that status quo and was quite sane and humane and the adult in the room, which kudos to Max. Although I have a theory, there could be multiple reasons why he was calm. One, because, hey, penalty points. He had 11 penalty points heading into this weekend.
That's actually a very, very good point that you made, because if you got a penalty, you'd be suspended for the next race, and that's a good point.
Exactly.
You made right
so
that
was one reason. Another reason. Yes, exactly. Another reason is obviously because he's daddy to the rookies. If you see social media and the way he interacts, like with Bortoletto, for example, he's close to the rookies. He really is, by the way. And then the third reason is this is conspiratorial. Now, this is a conspiracy.
That shit would fucking my days. Nah.
Hey, you know you're gonna get a reference from me, bro. When I'm on the show, I'm gonna say something outrageous and out of pocket. Ekevin, you know who I am.
It's obsession with Max being the daddy, bro. Is it because when Yuki Tsunoda made that comment, you've been so obsessed with that, haven't you?
He just
You've just been
daddy.
so like.
Dude, you called him daddy.
No, I didn't. It was Yuki.
I have a receipt. I have a funny clip. I'll send it to you after the race. But yeah. Also, the third reason, conspiratorially, is Max and Mercedes. Watch out for that. Trust me, George Russell's contract is up this year. He's not re-signed for Mercedes yet. We know the apple of Toto Wolff's eye is Max Verstappen. Just be careful. I know George and Toto are very close. Don't get that twisted. I know Aston Martin and Adrian Newey are lurking in the wings. I recognize that as well. And also Max can stay. But just watch out. Toto Wolff has always wanted Max Verstappen, and a Max Kimi alliance could take place. Could take place in the future. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just throwing that into the universe. Maybe it won't respond. So that could be one reason. But yeah. Hi, Ekevin. Nice to see you again.
I don't agree with the Max Kimi thing. I think Max
just a conspiracy. Just a conspiracy.
I just think he just saw it as a rookie who made a mistake. He's made those mistakes himself in his career. So, especially Max, he can't. The one thing he can't get on anyone about is about crashing. His name when he was a rookie was Crashtappen. So, you really can't get on Kimi for that kind of mistake. So,
what the fuck was he racing for back then? I forgot. Who was he racing for back then? No, but at the start.
He was at Toro Rosso, and then he was at Red Bull.
Right.
He was racing with Carlos Sainz in Toro Rosso.
Yeah.
Kimi shouldn't get punished. No, he will. 3 to 5 grid penalty. Much deserved. He'll learn from it. Learning experience.
No,
and I guarantee he'll come back and have a good race next week.
No, my boss, I agree with you, bro. Nobody, in my opinion, nobody should get punished for that. It was an error. It was an unlucky error. I don't think anyone should have got punished. I don't think anybody should get punished. And also, it was good professionalism. Fucking hell, I can't even talk. Jeez. Professionalism shown by the drivers, both drivers. I think it was very good professionalism. I think you can't really fault either of them in that, in terms of the way they both acted. After that, I don't think you can penalize them. However, the warning, you could maybe say it was kind of justified, maybe because like they were just reviewing what actually went wrong. But I don't think anyone got the penalty because anyways they both got out of the race, so you can't really give them like a penalty or whatever. Anyways, in terms of next week,
You'll have a penalty for next week.
Because there was
put it this way.
Yuki Tsunoda.
Put it this way: the thing about Kimi is the reason why he'll have a penalty next week is because he took another car out. If he made that mistake and never touched anyone, and he was the only one that was done wrong, then fair enough, he wouldn't get a penalty.
If he deliberately did it and he continued the race, then surely he's gonna get penalized. But because he got
no, it's not about it's not about that. It's about him taking out Verstappen. Yeah. That's the reason he gets the penalty. If he locked up his brakes, ran onto the side, and he was the only one out, nothing would have happened. He would have just got a little fine. Sorry guys, carry on his day. But he took Max out of the race. He took Max from vital points that could be towards him going for whatever he wants to go for towards the end of the season. That's 0 points this weekend. 0. In a car that was out of position, possible to even get podium, you take him out. He
Nah,
took
but
him out.
anyways,
It's intent and impact. I agree with. Can I just say this? I agree with King. I think the two grounds for an incident to be penalized is intent and impact. In this instance, Kimmy's intent was not malice. Like he had no intention to attack Max. I completely agree.
Yeah,
but the impact, unfortunately, as King said, was Max out of the race. So for that reason, he has to be penalized. You also have to set a precedent when you penalize someone. So I agree it's harsh, but that has to be done, right? If you screw up someone's race, which Kimmy did, you have to be held accountable.
Yeah.
No, I agree, but still, I don't think I think punishment is unfair. I think the punish item is unfair.
It's a slippery slope if you don't punish him. That's the thing. Because then next week another incident will happen, and then it'll be it's unfair. No, that's why the FIA are the rule makers. That's why I get upset when they don't punish people properly, because then you allow for dirty racing, you allow for aggressiveness, you allow for the sport to become more barbaric. And when they go into these cars, they're risking their lives. So if you crash, you're risking someone's life. So whether it was intentional or not, you crashed into someone. So you risk their lives, meaning you should be punished.
You don't want Sonny Hayes. You don't want that
carries on. Sorry,
yeah. You don't want that.
Do you think it carries on to the next race, the punishment, or do you think it just?
Yeah.
Both drivers.
3 to 5.
Or
just Kimmy. Just Kimmy.
Just Kimmy.
Yeah, because he was at fault.
I don't think
if Max gets a punishment, I like honestly, he's gonna murder someone if he got punished for that. Like genuinely,
he was a bystander for that.
He'll probably go to George on a random afternoon and say, "Fuck you, hey George, fuck you and your teammate, you can't." That's what he'll say. He'll say, "Hey George, hey, I have an issue with you and your teammate. Yeah, how dare you? How dare your teammate take me out of the race?" But he's definitely gonna go up to somebody for sure, 100% Max Verstappen. But honestly, bro, I can't lie. I don't think anyone's gonna get punished. I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be punished anyways. There shouldn't be any punishment for me. I think it was an accident. I don't think. Look, Yuki Tsunoda might get an accident, right? But let's move on anyways. I think we've spoken about this enough. What was that from Colapinto, man? What was that from Colapinto, man? Like, you're 16th place. You shouldn't even be racing first and second. You shouldn't even be trying to take one of them out. Let alone fucking... Bro, you should have just let them go through. And stay behind because you're last. You're last on the grid. So what's the point of even trying to battle with these guys? You know what I'm trying to say? You ain't battling with them. They ain't even near you, bro. They're so far ahead of you. Yes, your car is next to them, but you don't go up to them. You don't go race with them. You're all the way in 16th. For what? What was that for, man? Guys, talk to me. That was reckless from Colapinto. And I think that should be a warning. Because he forced He forced Piastri off the track as well, mind you. He forced Piastri off the track too.
Yeah, I 100%
King, you want to go first? Or Augusta, go first. No, Augusta, go first.
We briefly discussed this already. I 100% agree. It was careless. Sure, miscommunication, team and driver, but also driver error. He didn't see that Oscar Piastri was coming through, nor did he see that the blue flags were there. So if you're a back marker, there's a blue flag that tells you, get out of the way, let the car who's about to lap you go in front. He didn't see that, and he could have potentially, the impact could have been catastrophic. I don't know if there are any grounds for this, but had Piastri actually been crashed out of the race, which could have happened, he was very close to it. He was pushed off the track. God knows what the precedent would have been for Colapinto, but he's a lucky man, and I think he'll just walk away with the 5-second penalty that he was given. So very reckless, but you're a fortunate guy for a very reckless incident.
King, over to you.
Yeah, no. This one it was just unlucky. I thought maybe he actually knew that the car was behind him, or at least he was told that the car was coming up. So he probably just didn't know which side he was. So because put it this way, look at this incident. You're competing with another car while the leader's coming up. So you don't know you don't know which side is which car. So in his mind, he probably he's defending from the car that he's facing because he can't really see. He's got like blind spots and everything, so he probably thought he was defending against who was the other car in the incident? I can't remember. Was it
It was the Kick Sauber versus Alonso. I think that was the other
That
one.
was
Wasn't
later on in the race.
later on in the race? There was
no?
another.
It was it
Oh,
Yuki or was it Lance Stroll?
no,
It was
no,
one
it
of them.
was Yuki. No, it was Yuki. It was Yuki that crashed into, what was it, Gasly? I think he had an issue with incident with Gasly. I think, if I'm not
It was
mistaken, it was one of them. I think Yuki got a warning as well for that. He got the warning. He was given the warning. There was some penalty that he was given. I think was it a pit stop penalty, 5-second penalty. I think he got. I don't know what it was because he was last at one point with the warning sign on the. I don't know what the warning was. It's just my assumption. If someone in the chat can correct me, Yuki Tsunoda, he got the warning. He got the penalty. I think
no, he got a 10-second penalty.
10-second penalty. Okay, cool. But then again, it just proves my point. Like there was a penalty for one of them. So yeah.
I mean, both of
No,
them got penalized at the end, right?
no.
Colapinto 5, Yuki
I think
10,
all drivers got penalized apart from Max and Max and
Kimi.
Kimi. That's it.
But
Because they were out.
I can confidently, if not certainly, say Kimi Antonelli will be penalized for it in a bit.
Oh yeah. So I checked the photo. Colapinto was fighting with Yuki at the time.
1 minute,
And
yeah.
then Piastri's coming up. Obviously, Yuki's ahead of him. So I'm guessing he just didn't notice that where Piastri was. He went to the side I don't know why he drifted to the right, but he drifted to the right, didn't leave Piastri any space, and I think that led to what happened. But yeah, if Piastri was crashed out, I think I don't think it would have made a difference for Colapinto because at that point he was 15th or 16th, so he would have probably just got like I don't think he would have got a race ban or anything like that. He probably would have just got a 10-second or something like that. Maybe even a grid penalty in the next race, depending on the level, the severity of the crash.
Yeah. Has there ever been a precedent for this? At least since I've been watching Formula One King, I don't remember seeing a back marker crash out championship leader in a wheel-to-wheel fight. I can't remember. Okay. When was that?
Ocon to Verstappen. Remember when he confronted him afterwards?
No, that was like 2016, right? 2017.
Oh, yeah. That's the last time.
Yeah.
Well, no, I thought Verstappen and Gasly had an incident last year.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about when a back marker attacked a championship rival. Remember when Ocon tried to unlap himself and then crashed Verstappen?
Yeah.
And Verstappen got. Oh, is it because mind games for Mercedes? Was that the tactic?
This was before Max was even like a proper championship contender.
Yeah, this was like 2016 times. That's the last time I remember something like that happening.
Hmm.
And they were scrapping in the in the weight room, I think it was.
In the weigh room. He confronted him after we went to his face.
Yeah.
And you could see Ocon with a smug face, like that French smug that French smug face. Like,
no,
ooh la la.
I don't know what you mean, but you can give me the the slight explanation. But anyways, you guys said your parts on that already?
Yeah. Colapinto, it was just a mistake. That was another unfortunate incident. It could have been much worse. I would say this for Piastri though. If you are gonna go behind, I wouldn't have gone to the right. I would have gone to the left. I don't know why he went right. He was a madman, because I think he messed himself up by going into the grass.
What about Yuki Tsunoda?
True. But can I just say this real quick? But devil's advocate, he should never have to worry about that. Like a back marker should 100% be out of the way, out of his sight. So I see where Piastri's coming from. But you're right.
But it's difficult when you have two guys that are competing with each other in front of you. So it's like, do you go left, do you go right? It was one of those strange ones where, when two guys are fighting over 15th and you're coming through, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, left or right, back marker should be out of sight.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's move on to Yuki Tsunoda.
What about Yuki? I think now we know for sure it's the car. If there was any doubt heading into this season, it is 110% the car. I know the commentators, Karun Chandok and Harry Benjamin, filling in for Crofty.
The penalty.
Oh, the penalty. What is there to say? 10-second penalty caused the collision.
Rightly so.
Hmm?
Rightly so. You think
Yeah.
rightly so?
I don't see how it can't be given a 10-second penalty. But if you were talking about the car, then I think now, yeah, 100%. Uh, that Red Bull car clearly is not competing for championship victories at the moment. It's not even competing for podiums. If Max is not finishing near that territory, the second driver isn't. Max is the best driver in the grid, but that car is 110% way too skewed in Max's favor if they're not competing for championships. So Red Bull will have to talk because if you're winning championships, I get it. Make that car in Max's favor. He's your billion-dollar talent. He's your number one guy. He is a generational talent. But if your car does not have the capabilities of getting 25 points, you can't win the constructors fight with one driver. You'll need a second driver. So they need to do something to that car to make it a little bit more balanced and proportionate for the second driver. And there's no point chopping and changing it with Yuki. I know Isaac Hadjar has been outstanding. He has been unbelievable this year, rookie of the year, no doubt about that. But there's no point changing Yuki yet because we've seen what he's done in that Racing Bull. He's been one of the best drivers on the grid over the past few years and continuing. So I think you just need to stick with it, but make some tweaks. Also figure out what Max Verstappen's future is. So for Red Bull, you need to have more balance here, for sure. King?
Yeah, go on, King. Sorry.
Yep.
For what, Red Bull?
Yuki Tsunoda. Just Yuki Tsunoda. Like, what was the penalty justified? What was the and just go off of what Augustia said.
Was the penalty justified? Yes. Is Yuki a bad driver? No. Is that Red Bull car terrible? Yes. The reality is this. And this is what I've said for a long time, Red Bull have built the car to suit Max's driving style. Now, for the long time that worked because you had the best car out there. You were the best car by a mile. Now you're not so much. You're probably fourth or maybe fifth on that list. But at the same time, because the drivability is so bad, it makes it more difficult to drive than even your sister car. The Racing Bulls is a lot easier drive than the Red Bull, which is a shocking thing to say. I think Red Bull in itself has lost a lot of talent. Losing Adrian Newey, losing all the extra staff, the controversy with Horner, the different things that's happened over the couple years. It's been a miracle that they won the Drivers' Championship last season. So I think all those issues and problems are coming home to roost, and I just think Red Bull are at the end of their cycle as in domination. And yeah, I think Max will probably leave in a couple of seasons, and maybe the Red Bull need to have a rejig, a restart. I think one good thing would be to bring back Sebastian Vettel in some sort of role and have him redevelop the team and look to the rookies and build a car that is suitable for the drivers rather than just for Max. If you have to move on Max to make the team better, so be it. I'd rather do that than actually have what you have right now. So, yeah, man. I think Red Bull is in a transition, but I drink Monster. I don't drink Red Bull. Hold that, Max. You deserve everything coming to you.
Hey, what about Prime, King? What about Prime? You don't drink Prime?
Oh no, Prime is associated with Arsenal and they lose, so I can't be associated with that.
W mentality right there.
But on a serious note, yeah, Red Bull I just think is on a transition period right now. They need to rebuild their team. They need to rebuild their staff, and they may lose their most talented driver in Max.
They might lose Christian.
Yeah. If they lose Christian Horner, it won't be that big of a deal. It won't be that bad.
I think it will be because they are also one of the They're also one of the. How would you say? He's also one of the main guys that's been there. Oh, look who we have here! Look who we have here!
Am I hallucinating? Am I dreaming? Is that really Liam? Is he close? He's
My bad.
alive.
I fell asleep. Then I had dinner. My bad. I lost
What?
track of time.
It's cool, man. Cool, man.
Nice
It's cool.
pun.
You
Big
summoned
up,
me. Did you rub the
Sorry.
genie bottle? Here I am. I have
No, nobody
arrived.
asked for you, but good to see you.
I will
Big
ask
up,
Liam.
Mr. Joshy J.
Yeah, big up, Mr. Josh J. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're well, Mr. Josh J. Also a Ferrari fan. Big up to you. And make sure you guys sub to Mr. Josh J's channel as well. The link. I'll make sure you guys go sub to him. He does some good work over on his channel. United, Ferrari, all the good stuff. So subscribe to him and get him to 1,300 subs or 1,400 subs. Big up to you, Mr. Josh J. But yeah, sorry. Finish off and then I'll bring Liam in.
Oh yeah. So when it comes to Red Bull, I think it'll be a good thing for them to lose Horner, to lose Fat Max. I think they just need a reshuffle in every aspect of that team at the moment. I think sometimes when you have a person who's in the same seat for so long, I think you get a bit complacent, and I feel like they need a reshuffle, especially in their leadership roles. I don't think there should be a man that should have absolute power over a position. Even with Mercedes Total Wolf, if I think that he wasn't capable of his job, you have to move him on. And I think the controversy around Horner, the allegations that he had against him, he needs to be moved on expeditiously.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But yeah, and Max to Aston Martin or Mercedes in the future. And the one thing I will say this about Red Bull that I like is that their driver academy is one of the best in the world. So, well, I think is the best in the world. I think their driving academy is next to none. So they've got a plethora of talent to come through, including Hadjar, including Yuki, including Liam Lawson, including ones in F2 and F3. So losing Max won't be a big deal, and losing Horner won't be a big deal. I think it needs to happen. I think they need to break that group up and rebuild, and bring in Sebastian Vettel in an advisory role as well, because I think he'd be the perfect replacement over there as well. So yeah, they need a rejig. That's what they need. They need a rejig, a retool, a reestablishment. Because I think they're losing a lot of people because I think people are finding excuses to leave Red Bull and what's his name, Horner.
I agree. If I say what I called Horner, you'll get demonetized. You'll be banned. I can't say it on stream, Ekevin. I'll text it to both of you.
You're not man enough. You're not man enough. That's why.
Bro. No, Ian Sports will get banned. I can't. Say to everyone in the chat. You have.
Oh my days, Augustine, bro. You've been on some mad thing. I can't lie. Some mazza, bro. Anyways, King. Hey, sorry. Liam, welcome to the show, bro. Congrats on another McLaren 1 and 2. The norm for you this season, isn't it? It's the norm for you this season.
And I just want to tell you, Liam, you weren't dreaming, by the way. You actually finished 1 and 2. I know you were sleeping, but you weren't dreaming. Like, it did happen.
Yeah, chup karo. I'll give you a thappar. I know where you're going with that.
But before you talk about McLaren, we were just talking about the accidents and the penalties. That you saw the collision at the start, didn't you? But Max and Kimi, you seen that?
Blame Max.
You blame Max? Really?
Come on, Kimi Antonelli's young. He's still in his prime. I don't know what happened there, but I won't say blame Max. I think that was intentional from his side.
I wouldn't say in his prime. If anyone's in his prime, it's Max.
Using that logic, it's like, Liam, if you say something stupid that gets this channel banned and you blame Ekevin because he's more experienced than you, that makes no sense.
Yeah, I think he just woke up. It's all good.
Yeah, thank you, Augustia. Calm down.
He just woke up. He just woke up.
Hey, he wakes me up non-stop, bro. So I can grill him.
Good boy. That's what friends are for. That's what friends are for. Calm down.
All right, sorry, continue. I'm just gonna keep quiet.
But yeah, talk to me about the accidents that happened, bro. Because obviously Yuki got a penalty.
The best one was Carlos Sainz when he couldn't race. Oh my god!
I wanted to bring that one up as well.
That was bullshit. It was 32 degrees only. Come on. There was nothing. In Bahrain, previously, when they had the GPs in 2008, they could handle it. Many cars, but come on. 32 degrees, those cars can handle it.
Wasn't the track close to 40, like 48?
Bro, because literally during the formation lap, he messed up. He was stuck in first gear. If he would have gone on that formation lap, his tires and brakes would be fine.
Then this car started heating up and started smoking.
Bro, it's literally typical Williams braking system, bro. Like typical Mercedes
I don't think
engine,
it was.
honestly.
I don't think it was.
Even Kimi Antonelli, look at him. Even
I
his
think the
engine was
smoke
like.
I might say
was
something
complete
dumb here.
bullshit.
I might say something dumb, but it might be because of the weather. Smoke.
Yeah.
The smoke was because of the weather, but he couldn't get out of first gear, and that's the biggest issue. He couldn't even race.
Can I just say to those who watched the F1 film, Carlos Sainz did his best Donny Hayes impression. Like that was such a good impression. If you know, you know. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, Kevin, I think I agree with you.
Watch it next week. We'll try at least next week. I will.
Great film. Stunning. As I was saying yesterday, I was glazing it heavily. One of the best films I've watched. But Kevin, I agree with you though. You're 100% right. Heat. The Heat was a killer.
I hear it. But Liam, talk to me about the accidents that happened today, and try and talk to me if all of them were justified, if all the penalties were justified, and I'm sure you just spoke about Carlos Sainz. Talk to me about which I guess you reminded me about all the accidents please that happened. I'm just remind me of all the accidents.
Liam is the only one I don't want to talk to. The rest of you I'm happy to talk to, but fine. Liam, there was the Max and Kimi collision. So obviously you said that Max is to blame there, which is something. And then there was an incident between your number one guy, Oscar Piastri, and Franco Colapinto. What do you make of that, Liam? What do you make of that?
Colapinto, not Colapingo.
Sorry, I stutter. I'm not perfect.
Good job, buddy. No, a lot of them blaming Franco Colapinto of the collision because he turned in way far to the far right, and then that caused Yuki Tsunoda to hit him. But it was actually fair, from Yuki Tsunoda to get that penalty. But I would also give a penalty to Colapinto for causing a collision, but not give him a time penalty.
Agreed. I would as well. 100%. I agree with that. And what was it? Alonso? Not Alonso. Who's the other one again? Was it
Bortoleto?
Yep.
Bortoleto. Yep. Amazing points for the fellow Brazilian driver. Amazing drive from him. And Hulkenberg finished, I think, what, P8? P8 probably. Yeah. Best. That was by far the best drive I've seen from Kick Sauber in the Austrian GP. It was beautiful.
So, obviously, since you're the McLaren, talk to me about McLaren, man. McLaren 1 and 2. Talk to me. How was it?
For me, you could say that the moment you saw that when Norris had a 3-second gap advantage ahead of Piastri, you could see that he was back in his mentality, back in the championship mentality for himself, and he really came back on his feet, and now he's willing to do whatever it takes to get that championship trophy that he deserves. Although that he has Piastri supporting him by his side, but I really think that Lando deserves the championship trophy because he really deserved it after all he's done for the team and providing Piastri with some help ever since he joined the McLaren F1 team.
Damn, that's bold. So would you have Lando be your number one driver and Oscar be number 2 for the rest of the season?
Yeah, for me, I like Lando most, and then Oscar's my second favorite driver.
It should be that way. Even though Oscar has been doing well, it should be Lando number 1. He's been number 1 for a long time. You might as well put him number 1. Even though Lewis Hamilton's 7-time World Championship, Charles Leclerc is still the Ferrari's number 1 driver.
That's true.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a very bold claim for a McLaren team that has peak harmony at the moment, peak capability at the moment, to say that, the championship leader, the guy who's on top by 20 plus points, Oscar Piastri, you're number 2, Lando number 1. So Liam, it takes some boldness and craziness to do that. But I guess you're a crazy guy, so it makes sense. Makes sense. Something you do.
Thank you.
Sorry,
let's go back to the show. Thank you. Fuck you. I love you as a good friend. Let's continue. I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah, you don't have time to own you as usual. No, I want to hear what King. Can I ask King what he thinks of that? Because making Lando your number 1 driver when he's clearly been the second best driver. I'll say this: Lando Norris. He, in terms of peak performance, I agree with you guys. Lando Norris is the better McLaren driver. But Formula 1 is not about peak performance. Guys, audio, background. It's about reliability and about durability. And in that regard, Oscar Piastri is better. That's why Oscar Piastri this season is number 1 driver. because reliability. He's more calm. He's more composed. Whereas Norris, on the other hand, he should be winning the championship. He's the quicker driver. The only problem is on Saturdays, he doesn't make it count usually. And on a race, sometimes he makes erratic errors like he did in Canada. Like Canada, for example. So if it was up to me, I think you let them fight till the end of the season because you've won the constructors, basically. And you don't want to cause any chaos because this is such a good driver pairing. I mean, we said it so many times. This is the best driver pairing on the grid. It is in terms of how they work with each other.
Yeah. King, if you're there. If not, then we'll just move on quickly, and then we'll come back to this.
Yeah, so I don't know about you. I would let them fight till the end of the season. The McLaren drivers. I would not. Why would I make any of them number one? I just don't know.
I think both of them are number one. I'll be honest with you. It sounds dumb to say, but it both seems like they're number one. Both of them are going for it this year. Both of them are really going for it this year. They both give it 100% every single race. I know Lando's not been up to speed, up to his game, but he's taken a bit of some time. He's now, in my opinion, he's starting to grow into the season. I think he's starting to really he's restarting into rhythm now. I think in the next few races you might see the best of Lando Norris this season. You might see the best of the way he defended his lead against his teammate was brilliant. Sublime defending. Honestly, it's hard to not credit him where it's due. That was brilliant defending, even though it's against his teammate. They went wheel to wheel, and then Lando defended his lead. So fair play to him, man. Fair play to the guy. Defended it when he could. So yeah, sorry, you wanted to say something?
No, absolutely. I 100% agree. I want to say that is the smartest thing one could say here. They're both number one drivers. I completely agree with you. And yeah, I'm going to go one step further. That wasn't brilliant. That was a championship-worthy defense on a circuit that is many overtaking chances. Very well done from Lando Norris. And I think he's going to win Silverstone next week as well. That confidence is going to be so crucial. He'll win his home Grand Prix for the first time, which Lando wins, and Hamilton, I think Lewis will be on the podium as well. I just have an inkling. That's just a gut feeling here. But I hope. Wouldn't it be nice if Hamilton got on the podium? First podium for Ferrari at Silverstone?
Nah, we don't watch MotoGP.
Although we should. They come to Thailand all the time.
It does, but we don't really have interest in that. But sorry, what were you saying?
Next week, hopefully Lewis can get on the podium, right? Home race.
Can hopefully. I mean, Silverstone's no better place to get back to winning ways than at Silverstone. Honestly, if next week, if it's where Ferrari want to win their first race of the year, it should be next week. Silverstone, Lewis Hamilton, his home. No better place. But yeah, talk to me about McLaren, Augusta. I mean, I know you wanted to. I know you said. I know Liam's spoken about McLaren. Talk to me about McLaren. Talk to me about the way they won today. Just it was sublime racing, just dominant. Couldn't catch up.
I mean, you just think about Barcelona 09, Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan. That's what we're talking about here. The dominance that. Sorry?
Celtics in 60s, Man United in the 2000s.
Sure, whatever you want to use. The dominance that McLaren have is unparalleled. Yeah. And as King says, history repeats itself, some say. Some say history rhymes. I think people just create new history as it goes. I think we continue it. I would say that Mercedes had their time. Red Bull had their time. Now it's the McLaren time. Next year, God willing, we get McLaren versus Ferrari. That's what we want next year. We want that showdown between McLaren and Ferrari. But I think there's nothing we can say. They've nailed everything from pace to just temperatures. Temperature is the one thing. Let me add, temperature this week, what McLaren were able to do. Well, every team was managing their temps already few laps in. They had to be like, we have to lift and coast. We have to just be a little bit more careful. McLaren were like, nah, we'll let our drivers fight. They can manage their tires, but the temps, that's good. That's a foregone conclusion. McLaren's, in terms of their engineering, exemplary. I use the word exemplary because they are truly remarkable. So yeah, when it comes to McLaren, Liam, I hate to say it here, but nothing but praise to you lot, because if you're a McLaren fan, close to perfect.
Oh, I got scared for a second. Thank you for that. I got scared. I was like, oh no. I said, what did we do now? What did McLaren do now to be in this situation? But on the second thought, to add on to, what was it? Christian Horner, yes, from Red Bull, the man, the myth, the horrible team principal. I'm sorry to say that, but I think they need to find another team principal, because why in the name of God are you focusing on one fucking driver rather than focusing? You should be focusing on two fucking drivers. Either you must be a retard or a dumbass not to know what you're doing. Because in this situation, you need to know what to do, bro. It's not Christian Horner, it's Christian retard, Christian Tard, because he's a retard.
No. Honestly, be
He can't.
No,
He literally can't be doing that, because he needs to go to another team or find a position within the FIA board. Because I want to say a team principal position is not in his doing, and he should not be in a position where he should be leading and guiding a team anymore. I think he's done enough.
I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what you're doing or what you're smoking. It's really harsh. Like really,
on
really
stream,
harsh.
on stream, smoking on stream. Oh my God.
No, Christian Horner. I mean, him and Toto Wolff. Give them credit where it's due. They have been the face of some successful empires. Kevin, you could say he's horrible. All you want. Horrible. I think Horner. The problem is just
why stream, man? Why this stream, bro?
Bro, it's Christian Horner, bro. It's their home race. Come on.
Jesus Christ! All right, sorry.
Look, Christian Horner. If to anyone related to Red Bull, any Red Bull fan watching this or clipping this, let me make this.
Now look what Kevin is saying.
On behalf of all of us. Yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Like I think that's a crazy ambush to launch on Christian Horner. The only thing he should focus on is like just keep it with himself. If you know, you know. Kevin, you know, like keep it to yourself. I'm talking about a specific part. Keep it to yourself. But I can't say the word. We're gonna get demonetized. But that's it.
I'm not even monetized, bro.
So do you want me to say? Do you want me to say what I wrote in the chat?
No. Woo! Private chat.
No,
I don't think it's a good idea. Yeah, exactly. So but yeah, Horner is a good personality, great for Drive to Survive.
For getting monetized, that's gonna be the fucking end of me.
Yeah, all of us. So nothing's stopping this channel. Nothing will.
Nothing will stop you from creating your channel, which you should.
Nice segue. But yeah, I think Horner's a great personality, great for reach, great for revenue, and him and Toto Wolff, they don't need to be. I think their time is coming up soon in terms of being the heads of their operation. But I'll give them the respect they deserve, because to call him horrible, to call him whatever Liam called him,
disgusting, wet, unbelievable, horrible team principal, lads. This is unacceptable.
Did you just call him wet?
Wet, you deaf pagal kutia, bro. I said wit, not wet.
Okay, I don't know. Kevin in the chat, I think I don't know what he's on. Not you, Kevin, Liam. I don't know what the fuck he's on.
Says the guy whose last name is Dicky. Love you, bro.
Bro, it's not like he chose his last name, and it's iconic as well. More people know that than yours.
Yeah, so. More iconic than Horner. I can't. It's gonna start a joke. I can't.
Horner and Dicky.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Kevin, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, go.
Yes, shout out to Kevin. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, Kevin. Hope you're well. Yes, this is live, bro. I know you're asking me if it's live. This is live. Yeah, but yeah, King's been away. I bet he's been dying.
Have you heard any?
King's been probably crying of laughter since he turned off the camera. I don't know where he's been, but he probably couldn't contain his laughter. Hope you're okay, King. Hope you're better.
Bro. Big up, bro. Big up.
But we were talking about McLaren and the way.
What you guys were talking about? What happened?
Oh, don't even trust me. If Akevin was monetized, he'd be taken off air immediately.
Just watch it back and go to around the 40th minute. That's all I gotta say. Since you went away, that's all I gotta say. When you watch the stream back. But yeah,
basically we were debating. Aside from the banner, we were debating what should McLaren do to the end of the season. Liam said that they should make Lando Norris #1 driver. I think that's outrageous. He's not championship leader for a reason. Let them fight. I think let them fight. They have a big enough lead in the constructors. Don't disrupt the team harmony. So yeah, King, what do you think of that? Do you think McLaren should make anyone #1 driver or let them fight at least for a bit more?
It's too early to say whether you should what one's the right move. I think for now let them fight because I don't think there's any clear leader between the two. You really don't want to kind of say which one is the #1 because I don't think there's not a clear favorite at the moment. Obviously, Piastri has been better throughout the season. That's why he's #1 with more wins. But it was just a good performance from Norris. Good performance. I think it was just his weekend. So you never know. Next weekend it could go the other way. You never know with McLaren. And I do agree with you. They are ahead of every other team by a country mile. So they're just competing with each other. So yeah, just let them fight up until there's a clear victor, I guess. At this point, there isn't.
And what about today? How do you dominant? They were just dominant. They couldn't be stopped. I mean, wheel to wheel with each other at some point. That was some incredible driving by McLaren, honestly, and that's the championship in the bag, guys. I'd say it's done. We're 11 races in, it's over. No one's stopping this McLaren team. It's going to be hard to turn the season around now. Because even if you turn your season around now, McLaren will still get maximum points. Even if they do fall off a bit. Which probably ain't going to happen. But King, go on.
I'm not going to say all that. There's still possibilities towards the second half of the season. They are the best team at the moment, but Formula 1 is a place where things can change very quickly. I think the one thing they did better than everyone else was with their tire management and with their heat management. They were able to
That's why I said
quicker, quicker and longer with their car. And I just think that because they were better on those two things, I just think it wasn't really a competition anyway. So yeah, not much else to say other than that, really.
I probably will be watching it, but yeah.
I was gonna say, King, great minds think alike.
Go on.
I said the exact same thing about their tire temps. How every team had to focus on that from the get-go, and McLaren were like, "Boom, boom, we'll just let them fight for the win," and their lead was insurmountable from the instant.
Yeah, there was only probably one moment which was bad when Oscar dive bombed kind of a bit, and he lost the tires. Outside of that, the racing was clean, and yeah. So as long as they don't crash into each other, let them race for the time being.
I'm trying to keep my composure here. The stream has just been too funny. I as a host, I apologize, people. I apologize. Can we keep a straight face right now? It's been a bit too funny. Can't lie. But yeah, and Augustia, do you have to go or are you
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say I do have to go in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes because
just quickly review. Okay, you and King quickly review Ferrari. I mean, this is the last segment, I guess, unless you guys want to say anything more. Just say everything you need to say now. Ferrari and whatever you need to say, just add everything you need to add. Well, this race, whatever.
King actually,
and then Liam.
I'll just say this very quickly. Good race for Lando Norris. Defied his demons. Great for confidence. Great for momentum heading into Silverstone. I'll go big and bold. I'll say he wins Silverstone next week. For Ferrari and Lewis Hamilton, I think it was a circumstantial race. Mercedes didn't get the tire temps right. It wasn't their track this weekend. Red Bull were all out of sorts. I expect them to be back and competing for the podium next week, maybe even win. But yeah, heading into Silverstone, I think the midfield battle is flown wide open. McLaren, heavy favorites. I do expect Lando to win next weekend, Lando or Oscar. And that podium place, Silverstone, expect the unexpected. So, yeah.
Wow.
King?
I agree with most of it. I think Lando should win again next weekend unless Oscar steps it up. But you never know when it comes to someone. I think next week is Silverstone, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you may get a bit more. He may get a bit more nervous in his home race, so that might go against him with his fragile mentality, so that might go ahead on Oscar's favor. In terms of Ferrari, they were in their own race. There was not really much for them to do. I think as soon as Max got taken out of that race, there was not really any competition for them. Mercedes were terrible in terms of tire temps, and their car couldn't handle the heat. Yeah, I just think most of the cars couldn't handle the heat, just because for the most part, Formula One cars are very, very fragile. So any little change in weather, any little change, any little movement, any little thing can lose you seconds. And that's what happened, really. McLaren was able to go quicker at a longer period of time, and that's why they're the best car at the moment. Ferrari's probably the second best. Max is the only one that will compete with the Ferraris, I think, next week. And I think maybe the Mercedes will be back up there again next week, because it'll be a cooler race, which will suit their car more. But outside of that, yeah, good weekend. Congratulations on Borratello for getting points. Congratulations for Alonso for getting points. Greatest rookie, best rookie every year. So yeah, man, couple rookies got points this weekend. So
yeah.
Masterclass drive from McLaren. That's all I have to say. Masterclass of a drive.
Do you want to answer Kevin's message in the chat, Liam?
And all three of you, quick thoughts on Ferrari. Just round it up.
Oh yeah, can I add one more thing?
Yeah,
Liam, for Liam,
Yeah,
the other Liam, Liam Lawson,
okay.
the other Liam Lawson. Congratulations on beating Hadjar.
Credit to Kick Sauber for today's race, by the way. Credit to them. Very, very good race by them. Go on.
Oh yeah, double points for Kick Sauber as well. But it's not Kick, it's Rumble. Authentic World Analysis on Rumble.
It's kick on there, but it's Rumble for you guys. Big up to you,
Big up Juve.
I hope to see you on the next show if Juventus go through. But if not, I still hope to see you there, man. I still hope to do a show with you sometime soon, man. I have to bring you on these F1 shows. You and Mr. Joshi J, you men are making your debuts on the F1 shows, because I'm introducing the new podcast name next week. It's called. I'm sure you guys heard it yesterday. It's called the Podium Pod, right?
The Pole Position Podcast, Egabin. Come on, Egabin. Your own show.
The Podium Pod. The Podium Pod.
The Podium Pod. Sorry, the Podium Pod. It's literally almost 11 p.m. Yeah, and I'm like, I took a quick nap before the race started. You know, because that's how fucking boring it was waiting for the fucking formation.
I'm gonna lie, a Podium Pod sounds like a tampon.
Yo, who needs that? Christian Horner. Nah, I'm
Kevin.
kidding.
No, I'm kidding.
Christian Horner, bro.
Yeah,
Horny Horner.
Kevin.
Horny Horner, get your stuff.
Oh my god.
Anyways, the Podium Pod next week will be introduced. So, Mr. Joshi J and you big
the Pole Position Pod.
Sorry?
No, the Pole Position Podcast.
No, it's called the Podium Pod.
Okay, we can change it.
Agustia, I'm gonna start crying. Oh.
Yeah, it's called the Podium. It's called the pole.
It's called the Podium Pod.
Ekevin, we'll see Christian Horner on the pole.
Paxoy Paul.
Laugh too much. Yeah, I've completely lost my focus on this. I'm sorry. I literally lost my composure as a host. I apologize.
No, I'm sorry, but the podcast should be named Paxoy Paul Pod. That sounds way better.
Oh my god, fuck's sake. Anyways, Augustia, sorry. King, go on, continue what you were saying, guys.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be watching PSG versus Inter on my channel. Same. So feel free to come on through, and I'm out.
Quick thoughts on Ferrari.
Oh no, I already talked about Ferrari. I just think they just had their own race.
Augustia finished.
Peace.
Yeah. Watch the thing on
people, subscribe to King's channel. Yeah, links in the title. We get him to 40 subs. Get him to 50 subs. 50 subs.
Yeah, road to 50 on the way.
He's doing the watch along. So go over to his channel, and I might be there in a bit. So tune into King's channel.
See you guys.
Peace.
Have a good weekend. Peace.
I'll see you.
Yeah.
I'll see you.
F1. Yeah, see you Tuesday.
NBA draft show. Cool.
And to Kevin in the chat, yes, it's authentic world analysis. Rumble, you don't need an account to watch, but obviously, if you do have an account and you do choose to follow us, that
Please
would be
comment.
greatly appreciated. But yeah, I do have to actually. I'll go out for the second half. For those who are going to watch the game, I would love Inter Miami to pull the Botafogo, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Too fragile at the back, but I know Messi's going to do some magic as usual.
I think PSG wiped the floor 6-1.
I mean, they should. Realistically, they 100% should. I agree.
Sorry, I guess you're going. Just knew what you're saying.
Kevin says Messi stinks. I mean, he's the man with the most titles, goals against rivals, finals, top 5 leagues, assists, Ballon d'Ors, Golden Boots, Playmaker Awards. The only one that's won every trophy. But sure. Yeah, I think we'll see. It'll be an interesting game. I know, Akivin, you're going to cover the next round of the Club World Cup, right? Quarter. So everyone tune into that. Tune into AN Sports coverage of the Club World Cup, and I think this will definitely be an interesting game. I can't wait for Silverstone, though. We will see. I guess I'll see you next week for Silverstone. Should be one of the races of the season.
Have you given your thoughts on Ferrari a little bit?
Yep, extensively.
And Liam's dipped. All right, cool.
Yeah,
no worries. Liam's channel will be. I'll leave Liam's channel in the title next week. I think when he comes back onto the channel. But Augustia,
if you want to see more from Liam, go to the mental health hospital. Like not the mental health, the insane asylum hospital. You can see more of him there. He and his drugs. So yeah. Sorry, not the mental health. Let me clarify. Insane asylum. Yeah.
But anyway, cool. Get King to 50 subs. Get me to 340 subs. 345 subs if you guys could. 345 subs.
And get Liam back to the insane asylum. Cool.
Yeah, the channel sub to Mr. Joshy J, and last but not least, sub to Rasta Stocks. Links are all there.
Yeah,
and
invest in Rasta.
Kevin, not where you think, not where I'm about to name it, but no, that's not the place. No, another place probably. But anyways, 345 subs on this channel. Like, share, subscribe. We're out. Take care. Peace.